Hello friends! Today in this video, we'll break down two popular cryptocurrency arbitrage strategies. These are P2P Arbitrage and Futures Arbitrage. We'll talk about how they work, what makes them different, and which strategy will be more profitable and beneficial for beginners in 2025. So make sure to watch the video until the end. It's going to be very interesting and useful. Give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Let's get started. Let's figure out what P2P arbitrage is. P2P arbitrage is when we buy currency on one platform through a P2P marketplace and sell it on another. For example, you buy USDT for rubles on Binance and sell it on another platform, say the Bybit exchange, for a slightly higher price, and you earn the difference. So P2P arbitrage involves both cryptocurrency and fiat currency. It seems simple. Buy on one exchange, transfer to another, and sell. But it has its own nuances and risks. First of all, you are constantly transferring tokens between different exchanges. Deposit and withdrawal fees often eat up your profits, and there are significant risks of delays and account freezes when depositing or withdrawing. There are also risks of card blocks, issues with the tax authorities, questions from the police, and various legal matters. Technically, this is a workable scheme, but it will be very difficult for beginners to figure it out. Now let's break down futures arbitrage. Its essence is extremely simple. The same token can have different prices on different exchanges. Let's say a certain token, let's take Optimism as an example, costs $10 on one exchange and $13 on another. So where it costs 10, we buy it on spot or go long. Where it costs 13, we short it. And accordingly, we lock in this spread in advance. It doesn't matter to us whether the price goes up or down. We've already bought cheaper and sold at a higher price. When the prices converge, we close the position. That is, we sell the spot or close the long position and close the short position. And when the prices have converged, we've taken those $3 from each token. Accordingly, futures arbitrage has a guaranteed winning position in advance. We are in a delta neutral strategy, we lock in the spread ahead of time, and we understand exactly how we will make money. And all of this happens within one or two exchanges. Now let's figure out why futures arbitrage is much easier for beginners than peer-to-peer arbitrage. First of all, you don't need to bother with transfers between different exchanges. You buy the currency cheaper on one exchange, transfer it to another exchange, and sell it at a higher price. All of these are extra costs. You don't need that because you have a balance on one exchange, on another exchange, you buy there, you short here, and that's it. In other words, you operate within one or two exchanges. You don't need to transfer anything anywhere. Secondly, futures arbitrage doesn't require large amounts of money. That is, you can literally start with $100 or $200. And thirdly, the market operates 24/7, so you can easily make futures trades at any time of day or night. And here it all comes down to finding spreads. If in P2P arbitrage you search manually, look at different platforms and compare prices, then in futures arbitrage there are tools like various scanners and screeners that help you find spreads on tokens. And here, software called Arbitrage Scanner comes to our aid. Thanks to its algorithms, it scans dozens of exchanges and finds spreads on hundreds of different tokens. You don't have to search manually yourself. The software finds everything for you and presents it in a convenient table. You just go in and choose a spread. Let me show you how it works. Let's go. The link to the Arbitrage Scanner is in the description. Go ahead, dive in, visit the website. Here you can immediately get 1 day absolutely free, ask any questions you have, and see how this software works. And we go to Arbitrage Products, Arbitrage Perpetuals, meaning arbitrage on futures. Here in the advanced filters, we select the strategy, futures plus futures or spot plus futures. And below we see the spreads for the tokens. At the moment, there are no spreads. By the way, there was a spread today. Let me show you. Here, I took a screenshot today. There was a spread on the BSW token between different exchanges in futures arbitrage. So we go long on HTX and short on Gate. So between HTX, Bitget, and various other exchanges like MeXC, Gate, Bybit, and Binance, there were spreads you could take advantage of. The spread ranged from 6.65% to 1.1%. So let's just take an average of 6%. You could have easily made 6% profit. That is, you go long where it's cheaper and short where it's more expensive. When the spread closes, you lock in those 6%. The spread has already closed. And just like that, you could have quickly taken 6%. I took this screenshot today. There was a spread today. And by the way, so you don't have to constantly monitor and miss spreads, you can set up a notification here. I'll show you how to do that right now as well. Take a look. To set up a notification, you go here and you're offered to configure notifications. Click Add. Here you enter the name. Select the exchanges where you want to buy and sell tokens. Choose a strategy. You can also configure each exchange separately. So here we buy and here we sell. Or you can choose to buy and sell on the same exchange. Then set the minimum and maximum profit, funding, lifespan, and transaction amount. So you can configure all of this here in great detail. Then we create our own Telegram channel, add these bots to the channel and give them admin rights. That is, check all the boxes. These bots will send us our channel ID. We enter it here with a minus sign, choose the type of notifications we want, either in Russian or in English, and click Save. That's it. Notifications are set up. As soon as a spread appears, I'll show you how it works now. Look, as soon as the spread appears, you get a notification like this showing where to buy, where to sell, and how much you will earn. Here's a spread of 0.55 on the CAT token. Next, let's see. There are also spreads for EURQ, 0.73%. That is, you can set a specific spread percentage. For example, here's a 2% spread on the Bryce token. We buy on MEXC, sell on KuCoin, and make 2% profit. So you can set the profit percentage you want, and you'll receive a notification in your Telegram channel. And below, the token is displayed for you in a convenient table format. Then it shows the spread history, the exchange where you need to buy, the exchange where you need to short, and the profit you will earn. That is, the profit is shown taking all fees into account. It also displays the funding rate. You can also customize this table to your needs, choosing the display settings you want, and you don't have to search manually yourself. In other words, the Arbitrage Scanner service finds everything for you automatically. And right now, they also have a giveaway for $5,000. One of you could win $5,000. To participate in the giveaway, you need to purchase a subscription. There are subscriptions for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year. Those who purchase a business subscription or higher are entered into the giveaway. The higher the subscription and the more months you buy, the more tickets you get and the higher your chances of winning. I'll leave a link in the description with more details about the giveaway. There's also a special subscription available below. For example, the Guru subscription gives you access to a private chat where people involved in arbitrage share their signals, trades, and thoughts. It also provides a personal manager, access to all side events from Arbitrage Scanner, and many other features. You can read more about it here in detail. In other words, under each subscription, it is described what it offers. So choose the subscription that suits you best. And with my promo code NIKITARBITRAGE, you get 30% cash back. That means when you buy a subscription, I give you 30% back, and you also get an extra 30% more days added to your subscription. So pick what works best for you. And that's how easy it is to look for arbitrage opportunities between futures, without wasting a ton of time searching for spreads and without exposing yourself to risks like card blocks, tax issues, or trouble with the police. As simple as possible, you just go between exchanges, do some arbitrage, and take your profit from the futures. On our channel, I talk about crypto arbitrage, how it works, showcase studies, analyze strategies, and compare different arbitrage opportunities. So make sure to subscribe so you don't lose track of me. Give this video a like and I'll see you in the next videos. Good luck to everyone. Bye everyone.